Good afternoon to you, Shivani.
Good afternoon, Julia.
Thanks.
You know my pronouns are they, them. How are you doing?
Oh, are you telling me?
Yeah. Thank you for telling me your pronouns. I use correct grammar, so the only thing I would need to refer you to is to your face would be you. But I'm not being rude. You can choose your pronouns. You can choose what you want to call yourself, but you don't get to require me to use incorrect grammar and factually incorrect things. You're not a plural.
That's true.
You're a one person, and you're a female person. So I will use she and her. Thank you very much.
Do what you like, I guess.
Well, there you are. You didn't need to tell me then, did you?
Maybe I'm just making sure people know in case they're watching and they want to refer to me respectfully.
Is it disrespectful for me to use correct factual grammar?
It's not incorrect or unfactual grammar to use singular they them pronouns for an individual. But we're here to talk about the cast review.
Yeah, but you chose to bring it up.
You chose to use the incorrect pronouns for me.
I chose to use the correct pronouns for a single woman who is appearing on my show.
I'm not a single woman, though. I'm a very special non-binary trans person, as you just pointed out.
If I was a consenting adult and I wanted to identify in a certain way, do you feel like that's something that should be interfered with? Or do you feel like there still is a duty to combat that in a sense?
If you want to identify as a fox every day and bark around Central Park, I don't care if you're not impacting me. I would caution you against it as a friend. When people are suffering from various mental disorders, as a friend, you should tell them this: your life isn't going to end very great if you keep following and pursuing this path. But as a person, as a passerby, I don't really care what somebody does if it doesn't impact me. I think the moment that transgenderism as an ideology became problematic is when they started insisting on it as something that's taught in the school system, as something that's being taught to children. This is when it really woke me up and turned me into a bear, because I will not allow my children to be intentionally confused by professors.
So you're saying if you're not a woman, then you shouldn't have an opinion?
Where does a guy get a right to say what a woman is? Women only know what women are.
Are you a cat?
No.
Can you tell me what a cat is?
This is actually a genuine mistake. I'm sorry I even came up with it.
Wait,
What do you have to say to the trans students on this campus who feel actively victimized by your presence here?
Life's tough. Get a helmet, man. I'm too pregnant for this. Next question. Seriously, somebody just give out free hugs or something somebody give out free hugs. I can't be your mommy, okay? I'm too pregnant. I can't be your mommy. Next up.
As a non-binary person, what do you have to tell me about my identity? Because I know for a fact I'm not confused.
Okay, next question. Great statement. That's a statement. That's a statement. Okay, you know your identity. You're not confused. Congratulations, sweetheart. Thank you very much for your statement.
In a minute.
My wokest take is that when women post videos of themselves and you can either see their feet or like see their toes or like they're in flip-flops or something, and people comment, "Oh my god, for free?" Like, I think that contributes to purity culture, and I think that it's just another way for women to feel immodest for showing their bodies.
Women are equally capable of being weapons engineers. I think it's more of an intellectual accomplishment.
How come they're not then?
I mean, throughout history, women had not been encouraged to enter those kinds of spaces.
Let me just ask you a question. Have you ever fired a gun?
No.
No. Are you aware that they actually require a decent amount of physical strength to handle properly?
Sure.
And the other problem is that you have to carry lots of ammo, and that requires a lot of physical strength. And you have to carry a bunch of gear to feed yourself, and then you have to carry bulletproof vests that you're wearing so that when you get right, you don't die.
But I think if you gave me a gun,
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the problem is, we know this from hundreds of years of military collected data, not just here, but in every nation on planet Earth, that women consistently have to have the standards lowered for them on average so that they can, in any way, shape, or form, keep up with men in those roles. What that tells us collectively is this: they're not as good in them. Men have a huge advantage in all aspects, even including weapons, including drone piloting. They have advantages in just being able to build things quicker. Almost everything about them is designed as the super predator of the earth. Not predatory in the way that they victimize, but predatory in the way that they can quickly almost anything they want to with very little resistance from anything that exists. Because of that, I'm sorry, but you're never going to be able to equalize force between a sex that's 50% on average weaker than them, no matter what technological advances you think you're going to make.
The CEO of United Airlines last month, the CEO, he announced of all the hiring for all the new pilots that are coming up this year, all the hiring for the new pilots, the main focus is going to be diversity. What? Diversity? Not the best pilots you can find? The ones with the most hours of experience? I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of flying all the time with these white pilots landing safely and on time.
I don't think trans people in these spaces would be harmful after multiple years of HRT, as I've seen no good evidence from any scientific studies.
Iman Khalif has literally just been exposed as a biological male who won Olympic gold in women's boxing and beat up an Italian boxer woman so badly she quit in 43 seconds and said she thought she was going to die in the ring. So the whole argument you just put forward is literally disproved by a news story today. Of course it's dangerous. When you allow biological men to get in a boxing ring and beat up women, it is dangerous.
Has that person been through multiple years of HRT?
I don't know. I don't care.
That person is
a man.
So how is that a critique of my worldview if they haven't met the set of criteria that I mentioned?
Even if you have all the treatment, you still retain the body mass, the muscle mass, the lung capacity. You retain all the biological advantages of being born
Not after multiple years of HRT. Not after multiple years of HRT.
Yes, you
Wait, do you want to bet?
If you enjoyed that, then make sure to follow for daily debate content.
Hi, Michael. My name is Demi. In the recent past, you've advocated for the outright eradication of transgenderism from public life with the claim that the supposed right of confused people to pretend to be the opposite sex necessarily infringes on your right to distinguish between men and women. I'm standing here now, a biological male wearing a dress with a pair of leggings. Do you sincerely believe that I should be subject to punitive justice on the basis of what I'm wearing? And if so, are you willing to turn yourself in for wearing women's panties in your gay college film?
Well, I'll take those questions in order, I guess. The first one, I would encourage you to behave as a man, is what I would do, because you are a man, and I don't know how exactly you came to the point where you think you're a woman or very much would like to be a woman, but you aren't. And I don't think anyone who is affirming your delusion is helping you. I don't think that they're actually an ally of yours. I think they're lying to you, and I think it's very disrespectful, and I think it will not lead to your flourishing. I think it will only immiserate you. And so you might hate me for telling you the truth, but I think the truth will set you free. And furthermore, your masquerading as a woman does infringe on the legitimate rights of other people, the rights of women to have their own bathrooms. I don't know if you're an athlete. I'm not much of an athlete myself, but the rights of women to have their own sports leagues and the like. That is not something that you have a right to do, no matter how sincerely you believe the fantasy that you're a woman.
Yeah, it is. It's the worst thing. It's the worst thing I've seen professionals do, not only in my lifetime. I've studied atrocity for 40 years. I've never seen anything worse than what's happening right now. And that includes the sorts of things that were done in the camps in Germany. All of the psychologists who are properly trained, they know that all of this is a lie, and not just a lie, a malevolent, vicious, and destructive lie. Everything about it's a lie. You know, Musk revealed the other day that the professionals that were interacting with him in regard to his transitioning son told him that if he didn't abide by their dictates, that his son was much more likely to commit suicide. That's a lie. No one who's educated as a psychologist believes that to be true. No one. At minimum, if you're educated, what you understand is that underneath gender dysphoria is something more substantial, which is a proclivity towards depression and anxiety. Yeah. If you're depressed and anxious, you have a higher risk of suicide. You have to account for that before you attribute any of the remainder to gender dysphoria as such. And everyone who's a psychologist also understands that body-focused discomfort for women at puberty is normative. Because when women who have a higher probability of being depressed and anxious do become depressed and anxious, it preferentially takes the form of bodily discomfort. That's been known forever. So Chloe Cole, for example, no one explained that to her at the time. I've studied atrocity for 40 years. I've never seen anything worse than what's happening right now. And that includes the sorts of things that were done in the camps in Germany.
Why are you out here?
Because God loves you, and because I love you, and because sin leads to death.
I'm 16!
Sin leads to death. I can love you. A father loves his child. Is that weird?
No.
A mother loves her daughter. Is that weird? You love a sister or a mother. Is that weird? That's fine. I don't have to know you to love you.
How old are you?
The Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself, not just love those you know as you love yourself. So I'm supposed to love everyone who's around me because I love you with a purity.
Ma'am or sir, I'm not sure. I didn't misgender you, did I?
Oh, please, go fuck yourself.
That's not very ladylike.
Oh, now you're fucking misgendering me. Ladylike.
Oh, well, what are you exactly?
None of your fucking business. What are you?
But you said I misgendered you. If I don't know what you are, how can I not misgender you?
Oh my goodness. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. Every moment of it is really, really crazy. Like, the woke laborers, they're always acting insane. This generation is one of the worst any other generation will ever talk about. Like, it's one of the worst, guys. Because the rate of delusion, it's at the maximum. It's really high, guys. And I do like that conservatives are not quiet. They are speaking out. They are saying their mind. Like, they're open-minded. Like Charlie Kirk, and I know he's dead now. He spoke his mind a lot, and he tackled such discussion. Candace Owens and Jordan Peterson, and so many conservatives, like, they are not quiet. Then they know what this is. They know it's mental delusion. So we have to stop it. The leftists, they are going out of it. It's serious. Because even they are confused by their own self. Like the lady who said, you can't, the man who is a cross-dresser who thinks he's a woman, who said, you can't identify, you can't tell a woman what a woman is. So the guy asks, do you know a cat? Can you tell a cat? can you describe a cat? Do you know what a cat is? He was speechless. That is it. Because a lot of those people, they are living in delusion. They just want to be in that state. They just want to say they are right. They don't want anyone to argue with them. And most of all those people, they are middle class Americans. They are not low class. They are middle class. People who don't have any worries from life. Or these liberal women who are staying with their cats, who are single, miserable. So their best way is to push on this narrative to younger people. So I feel like this generation will be talked about like centuries to come. Because what I'm seeing in this generation, I've never seen before. In my life of reading books and history, I have never seen a generation as confused as this. I have never seen anyone. This generation, they know what's right, but they refuse to do it. They just want to be confused and living in a realm or in a life that is built up in their head. That, check facts, is not true. A man can never be a woman. Neither can a woman be a man. It's as simple as that. But no, they want to be in that delusion. People taking puberty blockers. Ladies chopping off their breast because they want to feel like a man. Men cross-dressing, acting like a woman. I want to go to the female restroom. It's serious. It's serious. And this mainstream media, they're not doing any good job at it because the rate at which they're pushing this narrative, like, it's okay to be who you are. It's okay to feel you're not in the right body. Who told you you're not in the right body? Who told you? This is crazy, guys. This is really, really crazy. Comment down below what you think about this video. Give us a thumbs up. Share this video to as many as you can. Subscribe to our channel, guys. And we'll see you guys in our next video. Make sure you stay safe.